What's up, man? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Ugh, are you getting levels?
For real? You know what? I think it's this stupid. Here. How about now?
How about
Yeah, I can hear you now.
now? How about now?
Gotcha. Morning, Bill.
Good morning, Bill.
Yeah.
Good morning, Bill Jr. There in the background. I see you back there.
Yeah, you got so.
we got quite the gangster head nod, which is fine at this time in the morning. Oh, it's Wednesday. It's a school day. That's what's going on.
Yeah. So short one today because we'll be out here at 8.
All
So,
good.
oh,
How did it go yesterday?
good. It was good. Not a lot. Not a lot. Specifically, came up yesterday. I got to spend some office hours with my Bill. So, like 30 minutes.
Yes.
That was awesome. That was fun. Got to see you do your work with Matt. It was real fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I think that once you kind of like shift your thinking about it, it's one of the best. Like it does become a fun thing, but you got to be okay with a couple of the ground rules that are important to that kind of stuff. But yeah, you left, and then Levi hopped in, and I was like, man, you dismissed Jake, and he was like, oh. So, but yeah, we did we did office hours yesterday for an hour and a half, and it was awesome. Matt was in there, Levi was in there, Jake was in there. We're gonna keep growing that. Um, Other than that, it was just kind of a work day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of how I felt about it. I did. I did have a good call with I guess second call with a guy that was. I haven't really started selling to him yet. He just keeps asking me for help. Um, so I'm gonna start that conversation next time we get on the phone. Um, so that was good. Um,
He's asking you for work, and you're not. I'm confused by the way that you phrase that.
he was asking for my help on
Okay.
a thing or two that aren't really in my, how
Okay.
to do this stuff. But I can tell he needs help. So next conversation is gonna be like, look, bro, happy to help you with any of this stuff, but let's talk about what's really bothering you here.
How do you think that's going to go? Just out of curiosity.
I think good because I think he's open
Okay.
to it. I just like literally we haven't talked to we haven't turned it into a sales conversation yet. You know what I mean? It's just been like, hey, what's going on there? That's cool. Okay, let me help you with that, and then
Mm-hmm.
so, so it'll be a transition for me. It's what it feels
Sure.
like.
Do you feel like you need like something special to transition from that conversation from it just being okay? Good.
No, just timing's right now.
I talked to a lot of people who were like, "Well, I haven't spent enough time with him to actually talk about business yet," and it's like, I hate when you that idea that you have to spend a certain amount of time with someone before you can talk about business is kind of crazy because if they need your help, and you're like, well, wait a minute, let's have another meeting before we actually talk about like business and stuff. You could be putting them off, right? Their
Yeah,
sense of urgency often doesn't match up with ours. So
that's a really good point. You could be putting them off, and instead you think it's not time yet, and you're actually putting them off. I like that. It's a good thought.
yeah, we tend to sell to others the same way that we want to be sold to. So if you're very cautious and let's go do a research and me, then what happens is by a default, I try to sell that way to other people. Like, oh yeah, you probably want to think about this and go do some more research and stuff like this, which is fine, but I shouldn't be actively trying to push like people away. It's like, hey, like, how do you feel? Do you want to do more research, or what does a good partner look like, and those kinds of questions, and then qualifying that against what I know to be true, and then making a decision on, okay, cool, I can help this person or not. Let's actually do a proposal, because if not, why are we here?
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense to me. I love that. Yeah.
So what do you got today, Bill?
So today, I have got my first Wednesday where I'm off because I'm at school and I have to sit in my daughter's classroom. Well, I get to really,
Oh,
and
okay.
And so as part of the homeschool curriculum, there's a community day every Wednesday, and a parent's required for kids under like a certain age level. There actually has to be a parent in there too, because the parent's the teacher, and then the person every Wednesday is like the tutor, basically, and they go through all the stuff for everybody. They act like a teacher, but they call themselves tutors. So that'd be interesting because I'm trying to get, I got up this morning, did a few things, got my steps in, get my call with you, and then from now until like basically 3, I'm off clock.
Wow.
So I have to plan well for my Wednesdays to make sure I don't have a bear of a Thursday.
I like, first of all, your reframe there in the moment, have to versus get to, right? That's super important, because when you start I heard someone talking about this on the other day, like the way that you talk to yourself is the programming, right? So the program you run is directly impacted by the way that you talk to yourself. So if you're have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, we get to, and I used to do the same thing, right? Because I'd be like, oh, I got to go get Alice. And then I was like, well, that's a very kind of like middle of the road thing versus have to versus get to. And so then I started shifting it to, I get to go pick up Alice. I get to pick up my daughter from school and then work from home with her. And, there's obviously struggle with that, but yeah, man, I like the reframe. I think that's pretty cool. It sounds hard. It sounds really, really hard. But yeah, man, that's pretty awesome.
I was gonna say, I like also the reframe because obviously you want to like reset it, but like it also changes how you go into the situation. Like you're saying, have to pick up versus get to pick up. It changes the way you talk to them in the car. Like when you pick them up, when it's have to, it's like, okay, come on, let's go. Versus
absolutely.
Hey, how's your day? It's good to see you. What's going on?
Yeah. I mean, like that's so important, and people don't think, they're like, oh god, yeah, and I know some people who are not particular with how they talk to themselves or to the people around them, right? And those are the people who aren't on this path, right? Is really what this comes down to, in my opinion, right? Like you are either like working on this stuff and you're thoughtful about how you communicate to others, or you're not. And in some cases, that is the difference between being successful and not being successful. If I don't know, I feel like, if you're going to start something and build it into a company and you're going to build a team and stuff like this, like you owe it to everybody who you're going to potentially work with to like be working on this stuff and be thoughtful about how you communicate and what's important to other people and stuff like this, because you can be the iron-fisted czar, but you're going to have a revolving door of people coming in and out of your company. And I talk to people all the time, right? And especially in the world of sales where, there is variance and there is chance and there is a lot, so much bad information and so much crappy stuff that's taught. And these people are like, well, he didn't kill it in a week, so we had to get rid of him. A week? Like, are you like they had 4 calls this week and you just decided that like no matter what, like that was it, and it's astounding to me. Oh, well, they should have performed. They should have closed one of these deals if they wanted it bad enough. It's not about wanting it bad enough. It's about, the lead quality, deal alignment, all of these things that I constantly rail about. But I mean, I have a new rule as of yesterday, right?
Okay. What is it?
Anytime I want to post something political or share something political, I'm going to share something non-political instead. Like this is going to be my thing. Huh?
Instead,
yeah.
Interesting. How does that
Well, so what happens is I'm trying to redirect the idea because like I posted this thing yesterday that you commented on it, right? And essentially it just said, if at the end of the day, if this is all fake and masks don't help, I'm going to feel okay with the fact that I got played because I was trying to help other people. And like, I posted this thing thinking like, oh yeah, like this won't be a big deal. Right. And I'm getting like just flamed by like a dude who like I enjoy hanging out with. And I'm just like, God, you're just trolling me just to troll. Like, and so I was like, I'm doing literally nothing with this. So instead, anytime I see one of those memes or something else like this, or, any of that stuff, I'm going to go post something of improvement or philosophical. No more.
Okay. Okay. I was thinking
So,
of Abraham Lincoln would often write letters that he never sent so that he could get it out.
oh, dude, I have a whole blog. I have a whole other blog folder of like content and articles and stuff like this if I really wanted to like let it all hang out. So
No,
I do that.
yeah, no, I just meant go write the post, but don't post it. Like, so that way you've actually get
Oh,
a thought out and don't
well,
put
I know you're right, but there is a level of like algorithmic love I'm trying to maintain and a certain level of like posting amount and things like this. So, it's either going to be philosophical or it's going to be business oriented or it's going to be just like tried and true business wisdom. No, I'm not doing political stuff anymore.
I
I
got
am
you.
making the line in the sand that this is going to be a business only platform for me. Like I'm connected to people I love, but like this is not about me trying to, change hearts and minds. And so I have to make that line clearly in the sand. This is for prospecting and for business. So,
Yep. Yep. Trust me. I've been there for years. I just don't
ugh,
think politics. It's not worth it.
man, it's endlessly frustrating because I'm just like, man, and they're like, what are you, a saint? And I was like, nah. I mean, if being a saint means that I care about other people, sure, but if not being a saint means spending a whole bunch of time, because then this guy and I were talking about it. I was like, look, man, I've been the cynic. Like I've been that guy who doesn't trust anybody and doesn't do anything else like this. And through the reading and the stuff that I've been doing, it's like, okay, like there's other better ways, and I'm working on the other better ways, and I like myself way better now that I'm not the constant cynic that I was. Prove it, prove it, prove it. All this stuff.
It's tiring.
It really. I mean, I could go spend the mountains of time digging through all this stuff to find the data points that have holes in them, or I could just turn into Fox News or one of these other like outlets that does it for me and stuff like this. But man, it just doesn't make any sense.
Mind. That's the point. You just don't change anybody's mind on Facebook. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, I'm not gonna change anybody's mind. So instead, I'm putting my efforts into like the brand that I'm trying to build, which is me and changing sales and helping people sell better. And then once I help lots of people sell better, then if they want to hear about my ideas, then there's already some buy-in and everything else like this. But people I went to high school with, and people that I'm networkingly-ish connected to, they don't know me at all. So why should they trust me? So why even give them anything at all? So screw it. Business only. It's a brand building tool, Jake. It's not social because there is no social anymore.
Right. That none of the hooks are in you, right? None of the.
Well, the minute you put it behind a keyboard, it's no longer social. It's who can be the most devastating and the most cutting, and all these things. So I'm willing to have these conversations with anybody who wants to come and have them in person, and so that way when you like want to get froggy, I can call you on it, and then you want to like, oh, let's have a conversation instead of a fight. So whatever.
All right.
You got to go. Get out of here, Bill.
Yeah, and Levi said, "Best not feed the trolls." I agree, Levi.
I agree, Levi. I didn't think I was going to feed any trolls with a post talking about that. I'm just trying to like not get other people sick, but
see, this is
apparently
to be a cynic. This is an area it's okay. Be a cynic here. It's very cynical, so don't feed the trolls. Yeah. Anything. All right. Cool. Well, yeah. Have a good day.
You too, Bill. If you see me post something that's not in line, you got to call me on it. I need your help.
I will.
Cool. Thank you, Bill.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Cool. I'm putting this up for a second. We never put our call to action up. So, and we can talk. This is off air.
Cool.
Supposedly. Yeah.
Man, I
don't ever go back and look at your. If I see something I like, I'll just throw a comment up, but I don't ever go back to see if it turns into a flame war. So I never know really.
So this guy and I like